When a volleyball is served, the server exerts an upward and forward force on the ball. Meanwhile, gravity is exerting a downward force on the ball. This downward force is what causes the ball to fall down on the opponent's side after clearing the net. To assist gravity, you can snap your wrist, which adds topspin to the ball as you serve.
When a player performs a forearm pass, an upward and forward force is exerted on the ball toward the target player. Gravity exerts a downward force on the ball, and if you do not compensate for this, your target player will not have time to set underneath the ball before it hits the ground. To account for the force of gravity, it is necessary to follow through with your forearm when passing, to exert force on the ball over a long period of time. This will cause the ball to go higher and ensure that the setter has time to prepare himself beneath the ball.
When spiking a volleyball, you exert a downward force on the ball so that it falls rapidly on the opponent's side of the court, making it very difficult for your opponent to return the ball. Gravity helps you when you spike because it also exerts a downward force that makes the ball fall to the court floor. For this reason, you do not necessarily have to exert tremendous downward force to the spike to make it effective, because gravitational force is also acting on the ball in the same direction.
Work is when a force moves an object. In volleyball, the force is the player and the object is the ball. When the player hits, spikes, or serves the ball, it moves in the direction in which the force has been applied.
Velocity is the speed of movement. You can figure out the velocity of a volleyball shot by dividing the distance your ball traveled by the amount of time it took to get there. So let's say you serve a ball across the net from behind the serving line, which is 30 feet, and the ball takes 1.5 seconds to cross the net. To find the velocity, you would divide 30 feet by 1.5 seconds, which would be 20 feet per second. So the speed of movement, or velocity, of your serve was 20 feet per second. The higher the velocity, the tougher it is for your opponent to hit the ball back to you, which means the faster your ball is traveling, the harder it is to return.
Acceleration is an increase in velocity. Let's say you just served the ball, it's gone over the net, and it's falling to the ground. As gravity pulls the ball to the ground, it accelerates. If you gently lob the ball over the net and your opponent sends a hard spike back at you, that's another example of acceleration. The ball's velocity increased when spiked over the net by your opponent, therefore it accelerated.